Roblox is a game that allows its users to create experiences for other players, and it's been around for some time now. If you're like me, you probably grew up playing some of the staple games back then, like Lumber Tycoon 2 or whatever this was. And fast forward to today, there are some games that are so well made that I can't even tell are from Roblox. Like the game Frontlines, which offers an experience that is better than some of the AAA Call of Duty games. And with the Roblox player counts being in the millions, I saw that as a perfect opportunity to find Roblox games that are carbon copies of other game companies' products. Now our first game was called Operation Siege, and if it weren't obvious, this is just Rainbow Six Siege. Now upon loading in, we had a couple operators. The first one catching my eye is called Lord, but I thought it would be pretty important to see the other operators and what they are in the actual game. Now taking a look at the operators, I'm going to make a quick guess. We have Batman, Castle, Capkin, that's definitely Rook, Lord, Fiery Ballsack, Cav, Goyo, Legion, I don't know. Upon loading in, we found out you could lean, so that's bonus points in the realism department. And much like the original game, you could reinforce walls. Oh my god, no way. It also surprised me to see my teammates were actually setting up site. We also found out that our operator is pretty lame. He just puts down a ballistic shield, which a handful of operators can do in Rainbow Six Siege. Seeing other people lean was pretty goofy as well. This game also had the camera system, which I couldn't figure out how to work properly. So while I was trying to figure out how to get off the cameras, my teammates were getting obliterated. How do I get off the camera? Let me off the camera! We eventually figured it out and decided to post up by this door to snag a nice little kill. Somehow. Oh yeah. We didn't realize there was a door behind us? Okay. And our teammate failed the clutch with a shotgun close quarters. For the next round, we decided to go Ghost instead of Lord, who was more like Lord of shit. It was obvious that we had to change up our game plan if we wanted to rack up some more kills, so we did the exact opposite and posted up in another corner. Shit on. There's a guy over there, I see his laser sight. What? Yeah, and after that we kind of called it quits. Up next on our list we had Ray's Mod, aka Gary's Mod. Now after loading in, I was actually pretty surprised to see how similar this was to normal Gmod, and even some of the same maps. After loading in, we had access to probably one of the most iconic weapons, the crowbar. Yep, that's right. Now contrary to normal Gmod, there was actually a new set of default weapons. I also couldn't help but notice how goofy the revolver recoil looks. I mean, just look at that. There was also V-clipping, and it even had the same crouching mechanics. Now upon opening up the prop menu, you could go to ragdolls, and there was a whole bunch of stuff. After spawning in Chica and Godzilla, I thought it'd be pretty funny to see how far we could throw Godzilla with the physics gun, and it was honestly pretty hilarious looking. I couldn't help but notice this Steve here too, and he looked like he would do bad things to me. We'll leave it at that. There's also the iconic G-Man, who seemed to get a little bit too excited. Whoa there, G-Man. And yeah, I didn't let that slide. I started to get a little bit bored, so I spawned in a bunch of Combine elites and dealt with them. There was also the classic rocket launcher, and unfortunately it couldn't track your cursor like it does in Gmod, so that was a bit of a bummer. And after some time I found out that you could actually spawn in the Half-Life 2 weapons, which was pretty cool. And it was at this point where I was really bored, so I decided to see if I could crash the server. And I think I did my job. And I might revisit this game in the future if it has servers like Gmod where I can mess with people.
Do you want to be mates? We got off to a bad start, mate.
Yeah, bro. I love you, bro.
But so far, these games have actually been pretty well made, So it's time we go on the opposite spectrum. And what better than Destiny 2? What more could you ask from a free game with a supportive community? That's right.
How much more tone deaf can you possibly get? It is insane. It is truly baffling how things like this end up finding the light of goddamn day.
And the game Destiny is a whole lot like a buffet place. It offers a whole lot, but none of it is really good. What I mean is that Destiny has 3 main game modes. Gambit, which is PvE and PvP combined. The Crucible, which is strictly PvP. And Strikes, which is PvE. So as soon as we spawned in, we noticed the tower is pretty bland. But you know, at least we have what I'm presuming to be Xur. At least he's in this random corner. After our little exploration, we decided to go into Dares of Eternity. And the creator actually did a pretty good job of creating it one for one. The only issue I saw was that the enemies seemed to be frozen. There was no animations, that kind of just gravitated towards you. And they were also really strong. Like, really strong. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. There's also just a bunch of moments where I died randomly. Oh. What? But you know, at least we had the Europa Strike mission with the Vex. And again, like the Hive, they were actually textured really well. It's just a shame they don't really have any animations. Oh no! I've been flanked! Oh. And yeah, there really wasn't a whole lot to this Europa Strike mission, much like the ones in Destiny 2, so that's actually really good on them. This is just terrible. Most importantly, this game had the infamous Gambit, and by golly, I didn't know something could exist worse than the Destiny 2 Gambit. Roblox Destiny 2 Gambit is something else. This whole game is terrible. But anyways, at least Xur wasn't alone in the tower. We had Saint 14, who looked like he swallowed way too many exotics. And last but not least, we had the Crucible. And it was actually pretty depressing just wandering the map all by myself. And it was enormous, by the way. It's crazy to think that out of the 30,000 people that have visited this experience, there had to have been at least a couple of brawls in this arena. And surprisingly, someone actually joined this game. Now they weren't as cool as me because I had more glimmer than them, but it was actually somebody. And I was too shy to talk to them and I just let them be. But it's nice to know that some people still click on this game and experience amazingness. And yeah, that concludes today's video. If you want to see me delve more into this type of content and make longer videos, then I can definitely do that. Just leave a like on the video so I know, or a comment, I don't care. But anyways, have a great day.